All righty, traders. This is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the daily Roundup webinar. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let me see if I can get my video to work here. Yeah, see me? I guess you can. Okay. I got a disaster on my desk right now. Don't ask. Do not ask. Okay. Let's get into the charts. Let's talk about a few things. Okay, so I think right now equities are going to probably bounce a little bit here, stabilize ahead of the FOMC. Reason why I say that is S&P is testing pretty key support here, right? What did we write down as support today? Do you guys recall from earlier this morning? Oh, it's right here. 43.75. The low today is 43.78. Now, will this support hold? I think it will today. Is it going to hold for good? I don't know. But if you're trading off of the bias chart and you're like, okay, that was support, that's thank you very much. There's a nice 10 pip, gain. So, or, few point gain, whatever in the S&P if you're trying to, play that support. So that's it. And I think that's going to be key. Now, one of the things that, I was thinking is that relative strength is divergent, from the intraday charts. You can see the 15-minute chart stopped hitting, lows. So I think that we're going to probably bounce here. And Steph, I got your email. I will return it when I get an opportunity, just to let you know. Steph wrote in. She goes, "Hey, can you look at the pound Aussie?" I'll take a look at the pound Aussie for you. So we broke above the 38% retracement. Guess what target we hit? The 127% extension. You know where that was written, right? I write the evening analysis for the basic technical analysis, just so you guys know. In case we clear the 8750 level, the 127% extensions at 188.43 may come into view next. So boom, we're here. We are overbought intraday. If you think stocks are going to bounce here, it might fade a little bit. It might, or at least consolidate. But I'll tell you, as soon as we broke that channel, there was no reason to be bearish. And now that we're above the 38% retracement, I don't think there's any reason to be bearish anymore. Do I think that it might stall here? It could stall just with, ahead of tomorrow, but I don't think there's any reason. Shoot, where's my water? Oh. There's any reason to be bearish at this moment. Sorry, I'm thirsty. Okay. Sorry. I'm sweating my butt off. I'm trying to get in the habit of taking a half an hour in the morning and working out. One of the benefits of waking up at 3 to 4 in the morning is that you get about your day really quick. It's blah blah blah. But trying to work out late in the afternoon or in the evening, it's hard. So I'm trying to carve out a time in the morning to work out to get my workout in, and it's humid, so I'm sweating my butt off, and therefore I'm thirsty. Okay, you guys didn't need to know all that information. So one of the things that I'm looking at right now is the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. As you guys know, and I've told you, I don't have a great view of the U.S. dollar Japanese yen. However, we just completed the head and shoulder pattern, and as I've said the last couple of days, I think we're carving out an inverted head and shoulder pattern. So if the Fed is hawkish tomorrow, let's just say they are. Let's go back and think about the conversation that Stelios was talking about earlier today, as far as being, the Fed's gotta start preparing the market for higher rates and so on and so forth. Well, if that's the case, let's say that is the case, yields should go higher. Stocks would go lower if the Fed is becoming more hawkish. They start talking about tapering, normalizing rates, that type of thing. The dollar will take no prisoners tomorrow. And even if stocks go down, I still think the dollar yen will rally, at least near term. If stocks really start moving lower for some reason, the dollar yen upside is probably fairly limited, but that doesn't mean we can't get a bounce from here. One of the things that I try to do ahead of key events is I try to position myself accordingly. So let me ask you guys, I'm going to ask you this question. How many people are long the US dollar and Norwegian krona? How many of you guys are long from last week? Anybody long the US dollar and Norwegian krona? Anybody? Molly has raised hand. Anybody else? You can say yes, raise your hand, whatever you want. Anybody else long? Really, it's just Molly and I. Really? That's it, huh? Oh, wait. No, I got a couple other people. Chad says, I know a guy. Curtis says, I think you mentioned yesterday that there could be a rebalance out of bonds end of month. Yeah, out of bonds yield should rally, right? My pattern in play in the US dollar Norwegian krona, I've been long the US dollar NOK, and I bought some today. All right, so I'm long a little bit more. But what is the end goal here in being long the last couple of days? It's really to position myself appropriately for the Fed. If I think the Fed could be more hawkish and the dollar has a positive response, I want to have dollar longs that I'm not risking a whole lot. So for example, the US dollar Norwegian krona, if I'm long, or let's say you're long, excuse me, because my average is 882. But let's say your average right now is, you just bought it last week at under sub 80, right? You bought it down here, right here, end of last week. So you bought the US dollar Norwegian krona and you own it. And now ahead of the FOMC, let's say tomorrow, let's fast forward a day. Tomorrow we're at 890 or 888 and you're long at 880, let's just say. You can move your stops to break even or maybe even up a little bit so you're not risking anything and maybe you're just risking some profits from here, right? But more importantly is you're putting yourself in a position to be profitable should the Fed be hawkish. This is the same intention I have with the dollar yen right now. Am I like a super dollar yen bull? No, I'm not. But if we can bounce here and, I'm risking like 30 some odd pips right now. But if we can bounce here and we can bounce back, like, let's just say, for argument's sake, let's say we just bounce back to 110. We get mid-range, right? Let's call mid-range. This is the range, high, low from today. We get back to mid-range, which is about 110. If you get back to 110, then you're long here at 109.60. You move your stops to break even. You take a little bit of profits. Now you got a free trade. Let's say the Fed's hawkish, dollar goes boop straight up, up to 111. Now you're sitting in 100 pip, 120, 130 pip profit, leveraging the Fed already. Does that make sense? So the goal of me ahead of like key events is trying to get myself in a position where I can benefit on an outsized move on maybe a surprise. And in my opinion, the surprise could be the Fed's a little bit more hawkish. I think the market's expecting the Fed to not do anything. And the reason why is the Delta variant. I mean, look, the CDC just put out some statements like, you should wear, a new mask mandate indoors. Why are they doing that? Well, they're doing that because they're worried about the Delta variant, pushing up cases of the virus. So the Fed's probably going, we have to be cautious just in case the death count starts to rise, which I don't think it will because of the vaccinated population that at least we have in the United States and probably some other, developed countries. But still, the Fed has to be cautious, right? But how about if they're not? How about if they continue to be hawkish? They continue to be hawkish, and now you've got, a Fed that knows that the economy is just firing on all cylinders right now, and inflation's getting a little perky. So maybe they have to start, using that opportunity to normalize rates a little bit. And if that is the case, and they need to start with the rhetoric, next thing you know, the dollar actually spikes up a little bit following tomorrow. I think that's the risk of anybody who's a dollar bear. That would be my opinion. Okay. So anyway, everything else is fairly well. Oh, let's talk about the sterling. So the sterling had a bounce back, pretty aggressive, probably following the end of month fix. But the thing about the sterling is it's actually holding gains. I'm looking at the sterling. I'm not trading it right now, but I am thinking, man, if we spike up to this trend line here, well, and let's actually do a little bit of work really quick. Okay. High to low. See, that's a 50% retracement. So yeah, I mean, if we get to the 139.10, I might actually take a short up there. I might. I haven't decided yet, but I might. What I do want to short today, and let's just talk about this since we were discussing this in the FFL room in our chat room. So guys, right here, I'll just fill you guys in. For those of you that are not premium subscribers, you're light subscribers, you go to the FFL room. And I said, just right here, I think the lockdowns are continued headwind for Australia. So if the inflation numbers come in a little hot tonight, I hope they do, because I hope they spike up the Aussie dollar into resistance, and I want to be a seller. So I want to sell somewhere up here, 74.10 to 74.20. That's what I'd like to do personally. And here I'll just, so since the market is expecting hot inflation, any strong print should be faded. In my opinion, I'm still looking for above 74 cents to be a seller. All right. That was our, the Forex Flow chat room. Here's our, just our common regular general chat room. Right. So anyway, those are my thoughts regarding the Aussie. So yeah, if we can get a little spike up above 74 cents on a hot print, I'm going to be looking to sell up there. Jason said, I already have an order in place to short the sterling at 139.10. Nice, Jason. Dean says, what is the FFL room versus general? Okay, good question. And this is something I talked about yesterday, but I'll talk about it right now just so you guys understand what we're doing here. So as you guys know, we merged Forex Flow and ForexAnalytix. The Forex Flow traders are used to something a little bit different. Our general chat room, and anybody who's been in our general chat room knows, we chat a lot, and we chat about the markets. We ask how Aunt Sally's doing. We talk about we put in weather apparently, because you just saw the Greek weather here from Kurd. But we talk about the markets. We talk about all sorts of things, and you can kind of get lost in that chat room, in the general chat room, because we just talk about so many things throughout the course of the day. The Forex Flow live folks are more used to just market talk, right? Just like talk about the markets, not so much to the small talk. So we added that FFL room for the Forex Flow live people, but it's for everybody, not just Forex Flow live. We wanted a place for them to be able to say, oh, I'm used to this. But as you've seen, in the general chat room, you're seeing a lot of the Forex Flow Live, like the pace that we have in our normal ForexAnalytix chat room. So we have the option for you guys to venture back and forth. Also, there's the trades room, which I've been pretty adamant myself about using the trades room, about where I'm entering the market. I'm trying to get in the groove of doing that as well. And I think you can see a lot of us are doing that, are running with that. Then we have our news and research room, obviously the Spanish traders chat room, and then the Pepperstone chat room is not existent. It's just, I can only see it and only us admins can see it. We tried to launch that for Pepperstone and it just didn't take. So we just merged them, all the Pepperstone people in with our general chat. It's just still there for me. I wish our programmers would remove it, but it's not a big enough deal where I need to make a stink about it. So Dean said, got it. Thanks, Blake. You're welcome. So yeah, I mean, it's just, making sure that everybody's happy. People are going to migrate where they want to migrate. They're going to go where they find themselves most comfortable. And that's fine. We just want everybody to be comfortable and know that there's a safe place for them to talk and chat. So anyway, that's it. All right, guys, I have to run my son over to my wife's office, which is only 5 minutes away. So I got to run. You guys have a good one. It should be quiet between now and tomorrow, but just make sure that you guys are being very careful. Obviously, the end of month flows are pushing the markets around a little bit, but let's be extra careful and cautious going into the Fed. Like for me, I'm trying to position myself, but I'm not being super aggressive either. Because tomorrow, if the Fed is hawkish, I do want to be aggressive because I think the dollar could really extend some gains. And I think that this recovery in the euro is perfect to sell into. I'm not going to do that. I sold some, what did I sell earlier today? I sold euro earlier at 118. I sold euro 118.10. See, 118.10, and I closed it for a small loss because I was just like, a small gain when it dipped down to 18. I sold it at 118.15 or somewhere around there, and then I closed it below 10. And I said, you know what? I've got enough exposure with the U.S. dollar, Norwegian krona. I didn't want it too much, but the dollar yen was too attractive down here, so I put that on. But I'm trying to keep it light. All right, guys. Hey, I will see you tomorrow or in the chat rooms. All right. Peace. See ya.